Okay, welcome to lesson 10. This is talking about calculating averages. Now, this is just a review. We calculate averages to help make everyday decisions. For example, knowing how much rain has fallen on an average month will help farmers decide if they need to water their fields or not. Calculating and comparing weekly running speed averages over a period of several weeks will help runners decide whether or not to increase their training. So when we want to find the average of anything, we find the sum. So what does that mean? It means you add all the numbers. And then the last step is to divide by the amount. Divide by the amount of numbers. Please write this down. So it's you add up all the numbers and then you divide by the amount of numbers you have. So we are going to do that in the next example. Okay, so taking a look, it says, for the past 3 days, a rain gauge has recorded the following amounts of rain. Precipitation is just a fancy way of saying rain. So we've got 14 millimeters, 16 millimeters, and 24 millimeters. So we want to know what was the average over those 3 days, because some days it rained more, some days it rained less. So what we would do is we would add all three numbers and get our total, 54. That's what they did right here. And then the last step is to divide by the number of numbers. So the last step, they're dividing by 3 because they added 3 numbers. If we added 7 numbers, we would divide by 7. So they got the answer 18. So that means the average amount of rain every day would be 18 millimeters. Okay, example 2. I've got the following 4 percentages. So let's say in math class, you have a 72% average. In social studies, maybe you're really good at that and have an 88% average. But maybe science is struggling, and maybe you've only got a 53% average. And then you've got your language arts. Let's say you did pretty good in that as well, and you've got a 75. And I wanted to know the average of all 4 of yours. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add them. So we're going to take 72 plus 88 plus 53 plus 75. And we're going to get 288. That's step 1. Last step, divide by the number of numbers. I have 4 numbers, so I'm dividing it by 4. So my average is going to be 72%. So this person's average on the report card would have been a 72. And that concludes lesson 10.